Wasted got the gout.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
You know what's funny? I seen those thumbs down, so I ended up playing the Vic commercial. Yo, salute to everybody here in the building. Y'all know what time it is, man. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphic and Wasted Show.
Or the Wasted and Graphic Show, whichever way you like to slice it.
Yes, sir, man. How you feeling, man?
Well, you know, I have the gout, so, you know, my toes are swollen, you know. I mean, Graphk won't allow y'all to understand something, man. Graphk has a club foot, y'all. And this is the thing we've been dealing with. See, I got the gout, he got a club foot, so I don't know what the hell going on.
Well, today, you know, you're going to face defeat regardless. Salute to D. Keegan on becoming a member. I don't know what channel. It does not matter. Salute to you, man. Welcome to the Green Dot Gang or Get Off My Lawn Gang. If you guys want to become a member like Keegan, hit the link up top on both channels. We definitely appreciate every single one of you guys, and it definitely helps us keep the lights on over here at Shieldmore, man. How you feeling, man, with all the news breaking and all the good stuff? You know, I know you did your show yesterday on your respected channel. I did mine on my respected channel. We kind of had a little bit. We had some banter today, right?
Yeah, we definitely had some banter about this, man. I mean, yo, look, at the end of the day, am I shocked? You know, I got a short I'm gonna upload after we get off. Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm a little shocked because you figure, like, as a coach, right, and as an organization, you want to go with the player with the higher ceiling, right? Mm-hmm. But then when you really look at it, am I really shocked? Like, Colton Miller, we don't know if he's going to be healthy for week 1, right? Aiden O'Connell didn't have as many explosive plays as Gardner Minshew. And not for nothing, when you talk about practice, in practice, I'm sure Gardner Minshew was eating, you know, Aiden O'Connell up because he's the veteran guy. Yeah. He understands if he sees like quarters or something like that, he's like, I'm going to throw a post or something like that. Like, he can see that because he's in the league.
Getsy, I mean, you know, I think it's kind of tailor-made for what Gardner Minshew does.
Yeah, it is. The movement and stuff. So when you really think about it, and the way Antonio Pierce worded it, he said, you know, in the first quarter of the season, we want to get off to the kind of start we want, because I guess they're viewing the season in quarters, right? The first 4 games, whatever. It's 17 games. So you're like, well, I'm not going to have the same amount of bumps and bruises with a guy that's a veteran that I would with a guy that's a second-year player that is in turn trying to learn a new offense in his second year in the league. You know what I mean? There's no continuity from the last offense and now. So I get it. So if I'm Antonio Pierce, I want to hit the ground running. It's my first head coaching job. It's my first year. I understand it. Yeah. I understand it. You know, you know, but listen, Gardner Minshew is going to have to play within that offense. And a lot of the things that I saw on you know, during the Dallas game are the things that worry me about him, because he won that job passing for under 50% completion percentage. That's normally in preseason. That's nasty work, man.
I don't think he won the job though in preseason though. Wasted. I think that we were all bamboozled. I think that we were totally
led astray.
Yes, led astray.
That's a great Malcolm X said.
Yes, man. I think that we were totally bamboozled. I think, and I said this on my show yesterday, I think that AP, you know, pushed the narrative that, you know, it's Aiden's job to lose, right? And then they bring in Gardner Minshew and pay him a nice amount of chunk of change to come in and fight for that spot. But I just feel like he felt like he owed Aiden the opportunity to go out there. I felt like this was a push. Go win that job. Go win that job. Like, but I don't think that this was really the idea from the jump. I think that this was Gardner Minshew's job. And there was so many conflicting reports out of camp about, I heard Gardner was smoking shit, then Aiden was killing shit. And then one day this guy was up, this one was down. There was so much weird. This really reminded me, y'all, that you have to really watch. If you can't watch it for yourself, you can't really analyze anything. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody was out there watching the same game, watching the same the same play on the field. And there was so many up and down, a lot of Aiden's, a lot. This is Aiden's team, multiple beat writers. You know what I mean? Multiple people that were out there covering the team were saying, this is Aiden's job. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like he's winning the job. And then it's given to Gardner Minshew, even after a poor performance against the Dallas Cowboys and them 2s and 3s out there. I just feel like maybe AP was trying to push his young pup and say, this is your job. Go out there and grab it. And he didn't show enough to what was the analogy? He didn't grab a bull by the horns and say, this is my job. You know what I mean? And they said
one of them did, bro. I mean, bro, I think the only one who's smoking shit is you. If you feel like they brought in Gardner Minshew. This ain't Drew Brees. This ain't Peyton Manning. Hell, this ain't even Elvis Graphk. This is Gardner effing Minshew.
Hold on. Don't put Gardner, man, in the conversation with Elvis Graphk, bro. Let's not do that. Come on, man.
Listen, same level of quarterback.
Here we go.
Same level of quarterback. This ain't Alex Smith. Let me go Alex Smith. I'll do that one. I'll do you one better. Alex Smith. Brother, I don't believe that they went into this with a preconceived winner of this job because Gardner Minshew is not talented enough for them to do that. They could have went out there. There were guys that were more talented that were within reach and free agency than Gardner freaking Minshew.
No, I'm saying that they wanted Aiden to win the job. They gave him every opportunity to win the job. He didn't do it. And what the plan was probably send the veteran out there if Aiden doesn't go out there and take this job, take it. Period, point blank. Like, these guys are in the first year. Tom Telesco, AP, technically his first year as a full-time head coach. I don't know if they want to put their jobs on the line. I'm not saying that. Let me rephrase that because I don't want to say the jobs are on the line in year one. I think that they have some security here. They're going to allow these guys to build this thing the right way, and especially with the way they built this defense, they're going to give them some time. But I just feel like they said, you know what, we're going to go with the proven veteran, a guy that has got it done at a few stops out here in the NFL. And I'm not saying he's gotten it done at the highest level wasted. I'm not going to act like this guy's an all-pro. He was given a Pro Bowl spot. It's pretty much an alternate job. You know what I mean? Like, let's just keep this shit a buck. But I don't know, man. I feel like they already had this plan in motion. If Aiden doesn't go out there and just really show us something, show us one little thing. I don't think that pick six had anything to do with it. I don't think that pick six.
No, I don't either. But bro, I'm talking about, look, man, even in practice, right? That's where the job is won, right? Like how he's breaking the huddle, how the guys are leading. Is he throwing the ball downfield in practice? Is he being like, because at the end of the day, the thing that separates really great quarterbacks and guys that are pedestrian quarterbacks is the moxie to be able to throw that football when somebody's covered. That was always our complaint with DC a lot of the times. You're like, yo, man, put that shit up there, bro. He don't got to be wide open for you to throw it, right? Yeah. I think Aiden O'Connell has a little paralysis by analysis where he's a young player. He don't want to make any mistakes. Somebody's down the field. He ain't going to let that shit fly like how Gardner was doing. And by the time he did that, I think it was too late. The first time I saw Aiden uncork the ball was really against the Dallas Cowboys, right? And I don't think he's been doing that all camp.
Yeah. I mean, Gardner
even when they were showing those late night, when they had that open practice, when they were showing those highlights, he had one kind of deep ball that they were ranting and raving about, but for the most part, he was dinking and dunking. He was a check down Charlie. So I think,
but that's what this offense is going to be, though. Wasted, right? Like you're going to run the football a lot and to set up those short intermediate passes. And I said this yesterday on my show. Yak. These guys are going to preach yak yards after the carry. Period, point blank. You got Davante, Jacoby. You got one of the best duos at the tight end position in the NFL. I think that they're going to allow Gardner to stretch the field. Don't get it fucked up. He's going to be able to throw the football down the field. But to eliminate those chances of turnovers, which Gardner has had in recent memory, I think it's going to be a lot of, I don't want to say dink and dunking, but a lot of the middle of the field, short, more intermediate passes to allow their pass catchers to go get those yards after the catch.
Yeah,
So
I mean, but Graph, you know, that's a misnomer, bro. Like, there's this misnomer that Gardner Minshew is this turnover machine, and the guy's never thrown 10 interceptions before in the season.
but well, also he's never had really that much time to start football games wasted.
Well, look, let's break this down, man. Everybody gather around the fire.
And while
Gather
you do
around,
that,
everybody.
and while
Gather
you do that,
around.
we did not tell everybody while you bring this up. Salute to the 1,000 people already in the building. Wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs. Also, hit that subscribe button on both channels. And also, salute to my guy, Yeti Strain, always supporting us, gifting 5 Raider Nation Unlimited, wasted talent. Membership, salute to our guy, Yeti, one of the GOATs over here. Salute to the Mogs. The season's over. I cannot believe they're not starting Peterman. This is outrageous.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And salute to Pablo. I'm getting these supers in real quick while you get the fire ready to go. Salute to Pablo. What happened to no more band-aids for the quarterback position? Shaking my head. Anyways, thanks for all the content this offseason. Made it go by quick and helped fill the void. Salute to my guy Pablo. Appreciate you on the kind words. And to be honest, Pablo, if we weren't trying to trade up to secure our quarterback, this was going to happen anyway. I mean, realistically, who could you have got in free agency? Were you going to try and go out there and overpay for Kirk Cousins? Coming off that Achilles injury, I mean, there was really not too many options out there.
Baker Mayfield.
Well, Baker wasn't going to go anywhere.
Baker Mayfield.
He had a career resurgence. He wanted to go back to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm cool on Baker anyway, though. But bro, let's gather around really quickly, man. Give you some smack right now.
All right, here we go with this shit, man.
Now, 2019, Gardner Minshew, just ran onto the scene. Mm-hmm. Rookie season, he played 14 games, 470 attempts, 285 completions, 3,200 yards, 21 touchdowns.
Okay.
His second year in the league, 2020, the COVID year, played 9 games, 2,200 yards, 16 tuds. Leaves there. They moved on. They drafted Trevor Lawrence. See you later, Uncle Rico. He goes, becomes a backup in Philly for 2 years. Didn't really get a chance to play as much those 2 years.
Sat behind Jalen Hurts out there.
Yeah. 4 games, 5 games he played, 3 tutties, 4 tutties, right? But then last year he played 17 games, 490 attempts, 305 completions, 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, right? So, out of his 5 years in the league, he's played a pretty good amount in three of those seasons, right? And in those seasons where he's had a lot of snaps, bro, it's not like he just, only had 100 snaps and 100 attempts. This is a guy who, hasn't thrown 10 interceptions. His first year, he had 6. His second year, he had 5. The 2 Eagles years, that I understand where you're coming from there. He didn't play much. But last year, he played all 17 games, 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Now,
that's not great by any means. 15.
He's not putting the ball in the end zone, but you can't call him a turnover machine. He threw 9 picks, bro.
But he has not played a lot. This is what I'm saying, bro. With the reps that he's had, look what Gio put in there. Gardner Minshew has
17 fucking games left. What are you talking about?
64 touchdowns, 5 rushing, 24 at picks, 10 fumbles, 3 loss. The turnover narrative is overblown. I've been saying that. I don't agree with that. But he also said Gardner's also been sacked 105 times, though.
Yeah, but see, bro, what you just did was you did a classic Doc's gematria. This is what Doc's does, bro. What Doc's will do is he will start one narrative and then move the goalpost. I am not falling for your nonsense.
All right, you done yelling?
You know what? I am about to bring the storm on Graphk Raider.
Hey, I want you to know you.
Coming. Hold on. Where's the storm?
Hey, I want you to know I was muting you the whole time, so we didn't hear you.
The storm.
Yo, salute to Thrill. AOC had 3 different coordinators. AP is letting them bake. Start the experience until he is cooked. Salute to my guy, man. Thrill 2020 on a $5 special. Yeah, I had you on mute, bro. All I heard was the storm is coming. That was it,
bro. You know what? This is the last live we do where you have total autonomy over the club. That's enough of this shit.
No, look. We can agree on this, right? We're not gonna talk about Gardner Minshew for an hour long. Okay, we talked about him. You did like a 4-hour long show. I did a 2-hour-long show yesterday about. Let me just say this.
Whoa, I did a 2-hour-long show too.
Oh, I thought it was like 4.
No, see, look at you. Look at you.
It was like 3. It was closer to 3.
Oh, was it? It was 2.
There goes Graphk moving the goalpost.
Yeah, that's right. What the F is going on?
Look, either way, we've talked about this, and we're okay with the situation, right? Oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, bro, like, listen, it's not like, we got some guy that's in the waiting that we're thinking is going to be some stud quarterback, bro. That's not what we're dealing with. We're dealing with 2 guys that we have to live with. When we talked about going into this season, all of our Raider hopes and dreams was that we were going to move up and we were going to get Jaden Daniels. Then it was, it's Michael Penix Jr. at bust. Yeah. That was what it was, right? And then when none of that stuff happened, then we kind of had to be like, oh, shit, what are we going to do? Yeah. It's nobody out there like, bro, when people be like, oh, no Band-Aids. The thing is this, man. When they start talking about their vision for this organization, they got to build the foundation of this winning culture this year. That doesn't mean that this is going to be the end result. No. So this year they might have to have a Band-Aid this year. But the thing I want to see is the improvements on this team on the defensive side of the football. I want us to solidify this team as one of the better defenses in the National Football League, one of the top defenses in the National Football League.
And one of the better run games
and that as well, Graphk. And that as well. But the thing is, I'll take out of the 4 things I want to see happen, I'll take 2 of them. I know that I have a superior special teams unit as far as kicking the football, right? Yes. And then now, Trey Tucker is looking like he's looking electric, right? So
Turner was going to be one of the top gunners in the league in the special teams.
So that's solidified. So now if I have a top 5 special teams unit, I have a top 5 defensive unit. Now I have to get the offense together.
Yeah.
And locate the quarterback. So if we get 2 of those 50% of the 4 things you need to be successful, then goddamn it, I'm cool with that, man.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Appreciate you guys as always for rocking with us. Salute to JJM Director. I'm way more concerned with this defense. They have to be A+. I'm not concerned with the defense. I think when it matters the most, they're going to show up. We have a lot of leaders on the defensive side of the ball. With Christian Wilkins out there, Malcolm Kuntz is starting. The maturation process has definitely started with him. Be a lot more vocal. You can see it, even in the media, him talking to media. John Jenkins, Adam Butler, the 2 veterans came back in free agency. And then a guy that, not a lot of people are talking about that really helped put this thing together was Marcus Epps. He's left his mark on Trayvon Merrigan, and Jack Jones is turning that corner as well. So I'm not too worried about the defense. And, you add Mike Caldwell out there to be the linebackers coach already with Patrick Graham, out there. This is I think we're okay with Marvin Lewis out there as well.
Mike Caldwell, he played for the Bears,
Jaguars. He was coaching the Jaguars.
Okay, all right, Mark. That Mike Caldwell. I'm thinking of another Caldwell then.
But there's just so many moving parts in that defense that you have to be like, we're gonna be okay. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about the defense. I understand people's frustrations with the preseason watching and seeing them no sacks. The D-line didn't get to the quarterback. Outside of that Jack Jones pick, we actually played the pass pretty well. There was a few plays where I'm like, God, how do we give that up? But once again, it's a lot of vanilla in preseason. I'm not worried about the defense.
You know what? I beg to differ with you. What I'm worried about is not the guys that are, the starters, the Christian Wilkins, the all-pro kind of guys, even the guys on the cusp of that, like Jack Jones and Trayvon Merrigan, them guys, I'm not worried about them guys. The thing about football is a game of attrition. Sometimes guys get nicked up, they get hurt, and a lot of times guys got to get spelled. Sometimes guys get their bell rung. Sometimes there are different, times where a person might have to play a quarter or something like that, or a guy can go down. I am concerned about the depth on this defense because from the second stringers to guys that we've drafted very highly, they had a very, very poor showing. Tyree Wilson is a guy that when I looked at this.
Oh, Mike Caldwell did play for the Bears too. Salute to East Coast Gridiron.
Yeah, I was right again. Thank you. But like I was saying.
Right well, so,
Graphk, please.
Move that goalpost, baby.
Please, Graphk. Let me cook. So no, but in all seriousness, the Tyree Wilson thing is concerning. Right? When we start talking about some of these guys in the defensive backfield, some of those guys got torched.
Yeah.
And these guys are going to make the roster. Like some of the guys that we saw getting torched, they're not going to make the roster. It is what it is. But there's a whole lot of guys that man, that Trey Lance game, that was ugly, man.
But in terms of depth, okay, we're not giving up on Tyree just yet. So let's just say he's a depth piece, okay? Janarius Robinson, they like him a lot. Let's just say he's a depth piece, okay? Then you look at Adam Butler. That is a phenomenal depth piece. You go to the corner room, Jacorian's looking really good. You have Richardson that they like a lot, you know, the rookie. MJ Devonshire has struggled in preseason. He has struggled. But, you know, if he makes this roster, hey, we have another corner on it. I don't know where he is in terms of his development. I think he may be a practice squad guy because I know he has all the intangibles of being a great.
He definitely does, but he's got to put it together. And
it's
more film, it's more technique.
But in terms of depth, though, wasted, we got Tommy Eichenberg who hasn't played yet, right? Yeah, I know he's AP said he was dealing with a lower leg injury.
Boom,
okay,
that's a problem.
Palomau has been phenomenal for us. And he's a depth piece at this point. He's the third safety.
Yeah, but he's not a depth piece because
Luke Masterson is a depth piece who's played well for us. Like, what do you mean in terms of depth?
These guys are not depth pieces. Luke Masterson is a starter.
No, he's not.
Luke Masterson, if you have a formation with 3 linebackers, you're going to tell me he's not going to be.
Bro, this is going to be a 4-2-5 situation. We're going to have.
It's not always like that, bro.
I know there's going to be different looks wasted, but this is not going to be. He's not a starter.
Yeah, but he is because, like, if you're in a base defense, you're not going to just have 2 linebackers, bro. Like, how much like Patrick Graham, you get not confused, but we get wrapped up in all this shit. Like, well, Patrick Graham's always in sub packages. Some games he's not going to be able to do that shit, especially if you have a run heavy team or something like that. So Luke Masterson is essentially when you're like, okay, who's my Mike? Who's my Will? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Luke Masterson is one of the top 3 linebackers in his group. It's Spillane, Divine Diablo, and Luke Masterson, bro. And maybe it could be Amari Burney, but it's probably going to be Luke Masterson. And when you talk about Isaiah Palomau, he plays enough snaps. Well, I don't look at him just as depth. I'm talking about the backups, the guys who are not going to see the field a lot. These guys are poor. And what winds up happening is when guys get dinged up during the season, you got to be able to depend on a guy like a Grant or Chris Smith if he makes the team. Guys like that. These are the people I'm talking about. Some of these other cornerbacks and stuff like that. These are the guys I'm speaking of.
Yeah, I'm not worried about any of that.
You're never worried about anything.
I understand what you're saying in terms of the different looks that we're going to provide out there on the defense side of the ball. But come on, man. I mean, Luke Masterson, you look at all the reps that he got out there last year. Those weren't starter minutes wasted. He didn't get starter minutes last year.
Yeah, last year, but this year, essentially.
But and all that essentially, see how you move the goalpost with the word essentially? Essentially?
No, I know what's happening is I'm bringing the storm. It's happening again, Graphk. It's happening again. The storm. God damn it. It's not working. It's not working because God knows you bullshitting right now. Do you know what I'm saying? So salute to these guys. You brought God into it.
He said, get that hooker in Vegas. Trade Davante to get him. And yes, hey, dude, I love what Amari Gaynor has looked like up to this point as well. The UDFA, Florida State, transfer to North Carolina. He's looked good. He's looked good.
Excellent.
That may be a depth piece here. That may be a depth piece. You know what I mean? So we don't know yet. So I'm not concerned with the defense. Like until they give me a reason to be stressed out, what am I being mad about? What am I mad about? I'm more worried about the depth on the offensive side of the ball than the defense. I'm not worried about.
I mean, of course. I mean, listen, bro, but not really, right? Because the offense is really playing, like little sister to the defense. This is supposed to be a defensive-led football team, bro. If we were going out here and we're looking at this whole roster, right, and we're saying, man, we need this offense to carry this team, bro, we will be in fucking severe trouble. We know that this is a team that needs to stop people. This is a team that has to be a suffocating defense. We're going to need for our defense to do what it did in the second half of the year. Jack Jones, pick sixes, scoring, getting the ball back, giving us a short field and things of that nature. So I'm going to be honest with you, bro. The offense, we know there are going to be struggles there. We know that. We have a bunch of unproven guys, a bunch of young guys. And
your line is definitely a question mark.
A huge question. And then the Lynch
major question. Yes.
Colton, I need answers on Colton Miller.
Mm-hmm. Hey, they're coming. Pause if necessary. They're coming. Promise you. Salute to D's. He said trade Davante to get him. And look, we're going to talk about Davante here in a second. We're going to kill a narrative off right now. Salute to you. Salute to Hug, man. Gifted $100. Ayo, lost me this money to Casper, a chat member by Minshew starting, and he asked me to gift it to you, Graphk. And I stand behind my bets. and you're the beneficiary. Salute to the chat. Graphk wasted, and let's just win, baby. Salute.
Yo, that is a hell of a bet, man.
That's
somehow, some way it wound up.
How do I win the bet?
Yo, that is phenomenal, yo. That is phenomenal. Nobody has luck like you, bro.
Hey, Hug. Salute to you for allowing me to win the bet that you lost. That I had nothing to do with.
Thank you.
Salute to my brother and the GOAT himself, our brother Hug D. Salute to my guy. Appreciate you as always on the 100-piece special. But I have to say this, man. This defensive line is very deep. I mean, there's a lot of depth on the D line, right? I don't think we need to be too much worried about that defensive line.
A little bit.
The linebacker position, we're healthy right now outside of Tommy Eichenberg. Luke Masterson healthy. Amari Burney's healthy. We have some pieces there at the linebacker position. And then Trey, I'm not going to talk about that, but I'm just going to say that the safety group is deep. We have a deep safety group too.
See, this is the thing with the defensive line. And much has been made of that defensive line, right? We didn't see Big John Jenkins, right? NJS played pretty damn well, right? And that's Jay Silvera, right? Yeah. He's still in the run.
He looked really good against Minnesota. He looked against Dallas.
He made some plays though.
He did, but there was still some.
I didn't see Byron Young make any plays. Right?
Oh no, they went his way. They killed Byron Young in that.
Didn't see I'm concerned about Byron.
Oh no, he looked bad in that.
Adam Butler, I kind of view him as a 50-50, like he's a platoon guy with John Jenkins, because if it's a pass rush situation or it's a certain kind of formation, he's the guy that they put out there instead of Jenkins, right?
Yeah.
So Adam Butler, I take him out of that. Like, he's one of our 3 best defensive tackles. So he's out of that. But when you start talking about the guys like Byron Young, things like that, because what I wanted Patrick Graham to do is to take a piece from what they do with the New York Giants. And I've been talking about this for 2 years. Having guys come in and out, because the big fellas need to rest. I wanted to see one of these young guys develop so Christian Wilkins doesn't have to play, 300 snaps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And have these guys fresh so, they can pin their ears back and they can rush forward and drop 7. Yeah. That's winning football in the fourth quarter, especially when you're playing against a Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to see these guys give everyone hell all year, bro. I don't want this defense to have to be, if Max Crosby's not making a dynamic play, or Christian Wilkins is not making a dynamic play up front, then we get no motion up front.
Yeah. Salute to Jenny real quick. Yes, Chris Smith actually looked decent against the Dallas Cowboys. He definitely rejuvenated himself from that Minnesota game.
He got torched in Minnesota though, so
But he was making some plays against that, and that's all you want. That's all you can ask for your second-year guy. I'm not asking him to go out there and be a highlight reel, you know what I mean? But he looked better. He improved against the Dallas Cowboys, even though that game was just absolutely dog shit. But yeah, you guys, I want to poke the bear a little bit, have some fun today. Hey, sometimes we have to do this, right?
Get the F out of here.
We have to do this because Wasted to come in and Wasted to have a terrible show. I'm like, I just had to poke the bear a little bit. You know what I mean? Moving the goalpost and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you feel like you off, like, I was just doing that shit on purpose.
F out of here.
Purpose, you know what I'm saying?
Never happens. Get the F out of here, Graphk.
Luke Masterson's a star.
Always have a great
to Chris. No, I'm just messing with you, brother. Salute to Chris. Didn't AP win the Super Bowl with slightly above average quarterback play? Just saying defense wins championship. That's Eli high stakes man, my brother.
F you talk about it. Eli played out of his goddamn mind to win them that Super Bowl.
But Chris, I know what you mean, because that has always been the narrative, that Eli has been this average. Those last years, the tail end of his career, it was pretty bad. But Eli was Eli. Just because he wasn't Peyton Manning doesn't mean that he was.
If Eli Manning wasn't a Manning, he was anyone else, there would be no
debate about
his legacy. He's a 2-time Super Bowl winner, and people forget about the times where that guy, like going into Green Bay in the cold, or that game when he got smacked around against the 49ers and beat them out there. And was it Candlestick back then, or was it Levi back then? Yeah. I mean, Eli Manning, you can't take nothing away from him. For real. He's top 10 in every statistical category, too.
Hug said, bank fraud team called me to verify my super. Yo, salute the Chief. Big Anch. More pivotal in our success on defense. Kuntz, Jones, or Spillane taking the next step. I'm going to go with Kuntz. Okay, well, I want to say Kuntz.
Oh, Jack Jones. I
was going to say Jack because I didn't realize who he was saying in the middle. It's Jones. It's Jack Jones. He has to be the one to set the tone, at the cornerback position. I think even if Malcolm just has an okay year, we got Christian Wilkins. We have a lot of pass rushing options out there. I'm relying heavily on Jack Jones. I think that he is going to be an all-pro type talent, but he's in a very aggressive corner. You've seen it against Dallas. He made some mistakes out there. He got cooked.
Hit with a double move.
Yeah, but it happens, right? The cornerback position is one of the toughest positions to play in football, period. You know what I mean? And Jack's going to make some mental errors here and there because he's an aggressive corner. But I'm going with Jack Jones because we need him to be the best player at his position. Malcolm doesn't need to be the best player at his position. That is Max Crosby's job. Jack Jones needs to be that corner one for us if we're going to stop the pass in this season. So I'm going with Jack Jones. Yeah,
Jack Jones definitely, especially it's a passing league, man. Let's make no mistake about that, right? And you got some of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League that you see twice a year. You know, you see Patrick Mahomes twice a year, right?
Yeah.
Look, the thing that needs to happen really though is Jacorian Bennett needs to hold his water. Yeah. And it's looking like he's maturing and
look good.
Rise to that. He looked great. That was one thing that I wanted to see. Mm-hmm. But also, man, I'm gonna need to see some Nate Hobbs take that next step too. Yes. Nate Hobbs has been phenomenal, right, since he's been here. I want to see Nate Hobbs be able to go on the outside and not get cooked.
Yeah,
I want to see that.
Yeah, and they moved him around a little bit. I seen him lined up on the outside during preseason. We're gonna see a bunch of different looks this year, but Nate Hobbs, he has to. And you know what's crazy? This is how you know he hasn't lived up to at least the expectations that we have for Nate Hobbs. Every time we talk about the corner room, we talk about Jack Jones. Like you know what I mean? It's like we need him to be the number one guy. Nate could be that guy, but we need more in coverage. You know, we know he's a great tackler. We know he can play the run.
He's essentially a will linebacker. He's one of the more physical corners I've seen in the last 10 years. You know,
willing tackler, though, a guy that'll come down and take your head off.
Yeah, physical specimen beast. He has a nose. He has a nose for the ball, unlike a lot of guys on his defense. He's one of them guys that's always looking in that backfield to make a play, and I love that about him. Right? I wish you could take Nate Hobbs' instincts and reflexes and put him into Tyree Wilson. To be honest with you.
Man, I love that right there, S-Dot. If you keep trying, Jack, he's going to snatch one off you eventually. That's the best way to describe our young corner.
And they're not going to try him a lot. The only person that's going to try him consistently is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and he wants his issue back. He wants his issue back.
Patrick Mahomes puts it in the breadbasket. Yeah. Like he's one of them guys, and I can see that from Caleb Williams already. Caleb Williams is not afraid to sling that shit, bro. Yo, he was just running out of one step on the side, throwing it across. I'm like, what the hell is this league turning to, bro?
Real quick, you guys, salute to everybody here in the building. 1,300 plus people rocking.
1,300 people.
Like them feet, y'all. Make sure you pay your bar tabs. Hit that subscribe button. Whether you're watching on Wasted channel, my channel, Twitter, just want to say salute to every single one of you guys. I want to share this real fast. I know some people didn't see this. It was on Instagram. Davante put this up earlier today, Wasted. I don't know if you've seen it. I posted it. He posted this picture with him and AP, and it says, at Antonio Pierce, GOAT. So it looks as though Tay seems pretty happy. This is coming off the eve of us naming Gardner Minshew, the quarterback one. We all assumed that he was kind of alluding to Aiden O'Connell being the guy. I know that Davante has been hearing, all of the talk in the media and stuff. He said it multiple times that he pays attention to what's going on out there. Do you think this is a situation where he tagged him, just to make sure, because it was just a clear the air type situation? Like, I'm okay with what we got going on. It's not because, remember, I don't want to play in preseason. AP, if you're healthy, you're going to play in the preseason. Preseason comes up, Davante's not there. AP says, oh, he's dealing with a little something from camp. And it's like that kind of sounds a little to me. You know what I mean? And then you see this. What do you take from this? Because I feel like Davante's trying to kill off the narrative now that there's any issues, and he's locked in and he's ready to go this upcoming season.
I feel like if you have to kill a narrative that there is an issue, then there is some kind of an issue, if I'm being honest. And I don't think that. I
like that. I actually agree with you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there is something there. I think there's a lot there. And I think that, I don't want to, I'm not in some crusade against Davante Adams at all, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But what I will say is that, when you have a talented wide receiver, and this is not just germane to Davante Adams. When you talk about, the more vocal guys like the T.O.s and the Randy Mosses of the world, they had egos. But guess what? Yeah. So did Tim Brown. So did Jerry Rice.
Yep.
So did the guys that everybody thinks were
Chris
just
Carter.
teams.
All of them.
And everybody knew Chris Carter was, had it. But Chris Carter, that's a whole nother ball. He had other issues beyond.
But there was guys, humble guy. Marvin Harrison had an ego.
Marvin Harrison had a humongous ego.
Yeah, and he was a humble, most quiet guy, down to earth guy. But he was.
But Marvin Harrison hood. It ain't that he quiet and down to earth. He just
Really,
he like, man, fuck out of here. I don't want to hear all that. Like I remember Peyton Manning used to have those camps in the summertime. Reggie Wayne would be there.
Yeah.
Edgerrin James would be there, and them guys go back to Miami and all work out together.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison would be like, man, fuck that, I ain't coming up there.
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot of like, bro.
A lot that went into that situation.
Receivers have egos, and Davante Adams has an ego, and I think that there is definitely a setting of the bar here. Antonio Pierce said what he said, and I loved it because he has to take control of the team. He's the head coach of the team. You can't have a player kind of dictating what he wants to do, what he will and can't do. Like, there's a pecking order in life, right? You gotta have, you gotta have like a peck, like even in your family. You have to have a pecking order. You can't have your children dictating to parents, right? And I don't mean these all grown men, but I'm just saying when you start talking about organizational structure, you have an owner that owns, a GM that GMs, a coach that coaches, and players that play.
Coordinators that coordinate.
And players that play, right? Yeah. I think that there has been some pushback. I think there is a lot of things that Davante probably feels like, hey, I'm here. I'm not getting what I was promised. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I don't want to put words in his mouth, but, we saw that in that documentary, man.
That was promised by the previous regime.
I know that, but the thing is, what has really changed? What's really changed,
bro? Culture. What do you mean? Everything.
The culture has changed. But I'm talking
one thing that hasn't changed that Davante is worried about the most is the quarterback position.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about
the defensive change.
Take the team, take the team and take the culture out of it. You talking about Davante Adams. Yes, you can, because for Davante Adams, right? I want to win a Super Bowl. Does Davante Adams feel like he is closer to a Super Bowl than he was last year? He might not feel that way. I can't speak for him. He might not. Does Davante Adams feel like the answer at quarterback is on the roster? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? And then there was all of these rumors about them moving and getting this guy, moving and getting that guy. You know what I'm saying? So there's Davante Adams, from the way he looks, he's like, yo, I got one more year left on my contract. I'm going to another one where it's like it's going to be oppressive, so I'm probably not going to be here. I still don't have a quarterback that I can say, yo, I know is the man. And
I understand that.
Do I really give a shit? No, because he left Aaron Rodgers.
He left Jordan Love. But
so I don't want to hear it.
If he wants to complain about that, came from the previous regime. They made a pact to go get him to match him up with Derek Carr. They let him go the following season, right? This is AP now. New culture. The defense is phenomenal. Since Davante came over, Max turned that corner into superstardom. We have players in place. We finally got a real linebacker in Robert Spillane. You know what I'm saying? Like we got Malcolm Coots. He's taking that, changing that corner. I mean, I'm just saying, man.
How does that affect Davante Adams singularly? I'm talking about from.
I know, because that's my brain.
You're thinking of it from a team aspect, because we're fans, right? And we're pundits of this team. But the difference is with him. Singularly, most wide receiver and most people in life are self-aggrandizing. They're selfish, right? I'm not calling him selfish, but I think when he looks at his football mortality, he's worried about what's good for Davante Adams. And does he feel like this is good for Davante Adams, bro? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know.
Okay, we shall see. But today, you guys, Davante went on Instagram, posted this picture, added Antonio Pierce, and put the GOAT. So we shall see if this love that is existing right now lasts going into week one. But it looks like at least our head coach and our wide receiver on the same page here, at least for for the moment. So salute to Davante Adams for putting that out there and kind of easing the frustrations that the nation has right now with him. And he's missed OTAs. He's missed a lot of training camp because of his son being born. So it's going to be interesting to see what Tay looks like week one, man. But like going into week one, what do you expect from him? Because he always has big games against the Chargers. I was expecting if he had enough time to be out there in Getsy's system, which he's very familiar with already, though.
Yeah.
I mean, do you still expect him to have a big game against the Chargers, knowing that he really hasn't got a lot of reps?
Yeah. He's Davante Adams.
There you go.
And I know they're going to force the football to him. I know that,
Oh, yeah.
Like Gardner Minshew is a veteran.
Yeah.
Right? He's not afraid to throw the ball down the field, and that's a good thing, right? Because, Davante Adams is the route god, right? And last year, there were times where he was wide open, but Jimmy Garoppolo just does not have the physical ability to throw the football to him.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen this year. I think that, if I'm being honest, the only thing that I worry about is the fact that we have a defensive head coach, right? Defensive head coaches are notoriously quick on the trigger to bench quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if Gardner has a game 2, 3, it could get spooky for him out there, right? But either whether it's Aiden or whether it's Gardner, there's a big drop off.
I think what did you say? They're breaking it down to quarters, right? I think he has 4 games to see what it is that he has. And if we're 1-3 or we're 0-4, the Gardner Minshew show is
what I'm trying to tell you is, bro, if he has a game where they squeak by and he has 2 horrendous games, the 4th game he won't be the starting quarterback, bro. I'm looking at it.
I mean, and I think AP is okay with that. He's thinking, well, Aiden's capable. You know what I'm saying?
So, but either which way, right? Davante Adams is going to have a career year because these guys are going to force the football to him.
Yeah.
And we have other guys on this offense who are they demand attention. This is not a situation where, Brock Bowers is a problem. Yeah. Like Nick Saban, look, I can see it. I wanted us to get a quarterback, so I was in my feelings. I've said this a million times. Brock Bowers is one of the 3 best players drafted this year.
Easily.
Book it. And I'm going to tell you something. That dude, as a rookie, I was like, oh, he's a tight end. He's a rookie. He's another tight end. Fuck all that. That dude is a freaking problem because they're going to line him up in a situation where, you got that dude, that physical dude who can run like a wide receiver in a slot.
Yes.
What?
Bro, it's
going against your 3rd or 4th best corner? Yeah. What?
Yeah. Oh, let me say this, with what Gardner did with Pittman out there last year in Indianapolis, I'm expecting big results for Davante. Like we said before, but the Getsy connection, they're going to feed their best player. And I'm expecting Davante to have a big year, 1,400 yards, over 10 touchdowns.
Oh, my God, man. I love you. Thank you, baby.
She read the room. She knew what time it was.
Bro, yeah.
Salute to Justice real quick. Make Davante happy. Trade for DC4. You crazy. Salute to Wet Entertainment. Gardner should start. 3rd down. Who can make the play when things break down? And that's probably another reason why they're looking at Gardner Minshew, a guy that can extend plays with his legs. Yeah, so I love this too, real quick. Salute to Wet. And what up, Graphk? Me and the baby been watching you. She's been growing up on you, bro. That's fire, man.
That's tough, man. Look, we don't want her going to preschool saying talk that shit, though. That's the reason why we give it up for the babies.
Yeah. Hey, wipe them feet. Just not talk that shit.
Yeah, wipe them feet. Wipe them feet.
Yeah. You already know. Salute to my guy, Wet, man. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to Isaac. Damn, this saga never ends. Can we all get on the same page and focus on having a productive season? Go Raiders. Salute Graphk and Wasted,
my brother Isaac Haran back in the place, man.
Yeah, it's always good to see our dog, man.
That's our guy, man.
Yes, sir. Get some questions in, you guys. Salute to everybody here. We got 1,500 people in the building in the middle of the day. Yet he says he almost got Pittman killed last year. I mean, hey.
He does throw a lot of hospital balls.
He does throw a lot of hospital balls. That's who he is. That's who he is. And I'll tell you one thing. Who's not going to like that? Wasted?
Davante Adams.
Now, Jacoby, he don't give a shit. He embraces the contact. Brock will love it. Michael Mayer will love it. Trey Tucker ain't gonna like that shit, but he's more of a deep ball threat. But Davante,
listen, bro. But the thing with Davante is Amari Cooper, them kind of guys. I remember as a lot of times DC used to throw them hospital balls, and Amari Cooper used to be like, "Man, my arms don't go over the top of my head." He not reaching out. Amari Cooper run that shit, be open. He like, look. He watched that ball sail over him, hit the ground like, hey, all right, come on, let's go.
Yeah. Dane, my brother, man, appreciate you on the $5 holler. No, I did not hear the rumor of Matt Stafford, and I do not think that that's going to happen. So,
and Matthew Stafford, bro,
at the end of his career right now, the injuries,
Stafford will probably go sit down before he go to another team.
Yeah, and they may struggle this year. Even though they got Sean McVay, a brilliant offensive mind, Jimmy G is trash. They're going to move on from him. The young pup from Georgia is already struggling, turning the football over left and right. Yeah, you know what I mean? So if Stafford can't play a full season for those guys, man, Puka and company, man, they may be in for a rude awakening out there, brother.
Yo, they went out there and they drafted another stud wide receiver too.
Yeah,
that kid is a beast. I don't think they're gonna struggle. Like, look, bro, you know the crazy thing, and this is the thing about Gardner Minshew, right? You know, in my short, I'm gonna upload after the show. I juxtaposed the career path of a Rich Gannon to a Gardner Minshew.
Yeah,
right. A lot of people in Raider Nation that were for Gardner Minshew, we're for him because who does he remind you of as far as his swagger, his walk? Kenny Stabler.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like that outlaw, the guy that's by the jukebox and all of that, right?
Smoking a cigarette and shit.
Yeah, he's really the journeyman quarterback who has played well enough for you to consider him. Some journeyman quarterbacks are bad, right? And then you get the guys like, Ryan Fitzpatrick and guys like that, or Josh McCown and guys like that, where you consider it, right?
Yeah.
That's what Gardner's been, right? And now you have him getting into a situation where he gets to start, right? And that's what happened with Rich Gannon. But Rich Gannon had a brilliant offensive mind for the time in John Gruden. Who is that mind here, right? Now, Luke Getsy has had some exposure to some great quarterbacks, right? And I can't take away the development of Jordan Love from him. I just can't give it to LaFleur.
No.
I gotta give some of it to Luke, right? So if we're gonna do that, man, let's hope Luke Getsy can have a maturation to where he is one of the superior play callers in the National Football League, because that's what it really takes.
And Joe Philbin as well. Joe Philbin.
Yeah, but Joe Philbin has always been that, right? But how much input is Joe Philbin going to have when you're talking about he's sitting on that sideline with that play sheet?
No, I know. I'm just saying he's a been there, done that guy. He's a proven guy in the NFL, and he's another mind on the offensive side of the ball that can definitely help, this offense gel this upcoming season. Salute to Casper as well. Got to send you a super and tell Wasted to check his. Salute to you, Casper. We appreciate you, brother, so much. And salute to Brave, man. Our brother Rick, man. That is so dope. 18 years sober today. I love that, man. Salute to you. Don't us keep up the good work. You keep up the good work, Rick.
For real, man.
That's beautiful, man. Salute to Young Mex. I think it's time to trade Tyree Wilson while he has value right now. How? I mean, he's on a rookie deal.
How does he have any value?
Yeah, but not even that. No one wants that contract. He was a top 10 pick.
That's why when people say that,
like $14 million next year, Wasted?
Brother, yes. And that's the reason why I keep saying, look, it is more so on you to try to, develop that talent, right? Because no one's going to pick up that contract. And for you to get like a 6th round, the only way somebody would even consider that is for you. You're not going to get a 4 or any of that because he hasn't done anything yet. So you're going to get a 5th, a 6th. It's not worth it. Try to develop him. And then when you get into that last year and, you had a 5th-year option, just decline and let him walk out the door if you can't develop the kid.
Let me see. I'm trying to see what his maybe I was wrong about that. Let me see. 4-year, $25 million deal, fully guaranteed. So it's not going to be that much, but I still don't believe that anyone's going to trade for that kind of player right now, not putting up that kind of production.
He's done nothing, bro.
And they don't even know what he is. Wasted. Like, is he an edge rusher? Is he a DT? Like, we still.
And that's the crazy shit, because it's like, the deficiencies in his game hinder him from being good at both of those positions.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons why, I had a Happy Dad fueled meltdown when we.
Hey, one of the greatest meltdowns in Shillmore history, might I add.
Yeah, yes, I think it ranks right up there with some of the Andy meltdowns, some of your meltdowns.
Yeah.
The Josh McDaniels meltdown for you was epic. The F-bomb meltdown in the backyard, at Ant's backyard.
Oh, yeah.
That was epic.
You were live on your show.
Yeah. You paid it forward. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
That's the thing. I had a meltdown. I had one of the
Brock Bowers meltdown a little bit too, brother.
No, I didn't have a meltdown. I was just disappointed. I was disappointed because I wanted.
It's like the saying, right? I'd rather have you have a meltdown than be disappointed. It's like disappointing is like that's like, damn, I let you down.
Right, but for real, like the way I felt when we drafted Brock Bowers, I just wanted a quarterback. I thought, this is it. This is our year. We gonna finally draft a guy that's a stud, because I think that Michael Penix Jr. is gonna be a stud, right? Yeah. Like, this is the year. We got some smart guys in the organization. They're not, and I'm not saying Al wasn't smart, but Al just didn't really value drafting quarterback, right? Yeah.
But let me say this real quick. So we got about 30 minutes left. I'm gonna say this. Mex, real quick, with $14.5 million, I believe $14 million left on that contract. No one's going to trade for Tyree Wilson until he shows up when it matters the most. I don't know what you really truly get for him at this point. You might as well hold on to him, try and develop him and see what you got. And then, if it doesn't work out, maybe you can find somebody that's very, very desperate for some D-line help that'll make a move on them. But for that kind of price tag, you still have 2 years left, at $14.5 million. And then you have the potential 5th-year option, which I don't think any team would pick up at this point. So, I don't know what we would get, brother. Salute to you on a $5.
We would get laughed at. And the thing is that, it's up to the Raiders, right? Optics matter. Yeah. Right, you don't want to look like a dumpster fire. Now, Brock Bowers is somebody where we're turning that corner. We've drafted well in the mid rounds, right? Yeah. The last cherry,
Michael Mayer, all those guys, great.
Yeah. Like so the last cherry on top is hitting on your first round picks, right? So if you could develop Tyree at least into a starter, you hit. That's one of the 11 guys on the defense that 10 other guys you got to fill in. One of them you drafted in the first round. So even if he's not a Pro Bowler, you hit. Yeah. Right? Brock Bowers looks like it's a hit. And then you keep it going. And then now the Raiders, a lot of those narratives are gone. Like, optics matter, dude. Yeah. Optics matter. Like, that's some of the reason why we get up here every year, free agent frenzy, and we're like, damn, this player would be perfect for us. We got the money, we got the position open, and then they don't come here. Yeah. Why is that? Because they don't think they can win here. People want to win, bro. These dudes, they know they only got 4 or 5 years in the sun. They know that. They want to win. They don't want to come here and build nothing, bro. So it's important that they turn this Tyree Wilson thing around for real. Yeah.
Salute the Black Sales, man. Nation needs to understand 3 of the best. We said this a bunch of times. This is facts, Black Sales. 3 players on the offense. Some of the best ones weren't playing. We threw the ball with no real mix, with no run plays. We're going to be okay. Salute to our guy, Black Sales Sports Talk. Always good to see him in the building. Raider Felon, man. I mean, the Justin Fields thing didn't work, right? He did have a hand in Aaron Rodgers having 2 back-to-back MVP seasons. Let's not act like he didn't. I'm not going to say that Aaron Rodgers wasn't Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? But he did win 2 back-to-back MVPs with Luke Getsy out there helping on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, so it to be determined at this point. But let's keep it work.
Jordan Love too. Don't act like he didn't help develop
Jordan Love as well. But he's not developing Gardner Minshew. Minshew is Minshew. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, Aiden's not the starter now. So you can develop him behind the scenes and you can see what you have in him. But he's not technically developing Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew was Gardner Minshew. He's already been on 3 teams.
He's developed. He's emerged already.
Yeah. So I don't, until we get our own guy, Raider Felon, to be determined. If we go get a guy next year, Shedeur Sanders or Carson Beck or one of these guys, then it's up for debate if he can develop a guy. But right now, I don't think we're going to get a chance to see that, especially if Aiden is not the guy at the helm. Salute to Raider Felon, my dog on a $2 holla. Also, salute to Laser D Raider. AP and Telesco were smart. They hedged by saying Minshew for first quarter of the season. It only puts 1 division game at risk if it doesn't work with Minshew. That's a great analysis right there, because you only have 1, the Chargers, in the first 4 weeks. So I like that. But you have 3 conference games though, Laser, I believe, right? Who's the 4th game? Is it Cleveland?
No, was it Carolina?
Carolina's the 3rd. Let me see. Either way, there's conference games though. You know what I'm saying? It is. So we got Chargers, Baltimore. Yeah, it's Cleveland. It's Cleveland. So those are 4, 5, 6. The first 6 weeks, there's 5 conference games. So I hear you in terms of the 1 division game, but bro, the first 6 weeks, we got 5. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland, the Broncos, the Chargers, all conference games.
Bro, it doesn't matter, bro. Like, we say all of this conference.
Look at Laser.
They all matter because we don't have the kind of offense that I can say, yo, we're definitely going to win this game. Yeah. Like, even in the Carolina game, bro, like, if Gardner Minshew shits the bed, that's the danger of this, right? You can have you have a defensive football team, right? You have to play ahead of the sticks. You have to either, have a ball control situation where you're making sure they don't score, but you can't have your offense being the reason why you have a short field and you're tired and you're back out there, right? That's the reason why, people kind of lean towards building an offensive football team. What we have now is we have a quarterback who has a propensity for, making big plays, right? But he also has a propensity for making bad plays. He doesn't make the routine plays. And that's the reason why I'm a little concerned for why they picked him. Now, I know that we have some issues where they want him to move around. But AP touched on this in the presser. He said, yo, I need for Gardner to play within the structure of the offense. Him getting outside and improvising is great, but I'm going to need for him to do that more. And then consistency. If Gardner Minshew was consistent, he'd be a perennial starter and he wouldn't get moved. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's up for him to prove that. The only thing that I'm a little concerned about is this, right? It was a quarterback competition, right? Mm-hmm. The fact that he didn't win it going away is an issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that what they're looking at, there's more room for Gardner to make the spectacular plays. Because if you have a good defense, if he throws a bomb and Tate scores a touchdown,
we're also wasted. We didn't get an opportunity to watch Gardner Minshew go out there and have a ground game. They went out there and they threw the ball a lot because they wanted to see what these guys had. We didn't run the football a lot. So
no, I know I fully understand that, Graphk. But what I'm saying is that within let's like
I know what you're saying. I'm just saying when football matters the most, it's going to be a more balanced attack.
3rd and 11, right?
Yeah.
Gardner looks somebody off. Yeah. Oh shit.
Yep.
30, 45 yards. He's that kind of quarterback where he's going to let it rip, where Aiden will probably check it down and try to get the guy to he'll probably do more of a Derek Carr kind of a thing. We need 11. He throw the ball 8 yards to see if the guy can get the other.
Hopefully he can pick him up. Yeah, I agree with you. Salute to Isaac. Wasted that hat is fire, brother. Graphk, your swag is dope too. We got to show Zeus some love. Excited for him as a full-time tailback. Salute to Isaac. I love that you brought that up. Appreciate you, brother, because this is one of the last topics of the show. We got one more after this, though. I want to ask you your take because I talked about it yesterday. Are you concerned late in the game seeing Zeus get a few reps at the running back position? And also, Dylan Parham struggled. Watching him and Mumford struggled at left tackle too. Watching those guys play late into the game. What is your assessment on that? I talked about it already. I've been wanting to ask you.
My assessment is that these are more question marks that are not answered, and that's the thing about this team. Like we keep talking about what we're gonna be. This is gonna be a great year, and we really bro. There's a lot of question marks in this team, bro. There's a lot of question marks, and I'm just glad that without a shadow of a doubt, they're going to play, and we're going to see whether they can play or not.
Yep.
Good, bad, or indifferent. So we know what we need to do moving forward, right? There's a lot of money floating around at the Raiders right now. There's a lot of guys that need to be re-signed. There's a lot of guys that are young that need contracts, right? The guys who can play, sign them. If Dylan Parham is not the deal, sit his ass down, put a stopgap veteran in there, and address that position next year in free agency. Like, for real, just stop playing around with it, right? That's how I'm on it, bro. Like, either which way, man, they have a golden opportunity to seize this job. Go out there and do what you got to do.
Salute to Mando. I'll never forget when Wasted went off on Josh McDaniels for throwing AOC to the Wolves against the Chargers last year. Had me rolling all the way home. Salute to Mando. Salute to Coach. Not yet. Not quite yet. If Colton can get healthy, in which I think he is now. I think they're just being real smart with him, not pushing him out there to get re-injure that shoulder. But it could be Mumford. It could be Mumford at left tackle for the future, and it could be Glaze, who's looked really good at right tackle. So we may already have our guy of the future potentially. Yeah,
I tend to believe that we're going to get the most ROI out of Thayer Munford at left tackle. I think that's where you're going to get the return on that investment that they made.
Yep.
So I'm cool on that. I just the thing with Colton Miller is this. He's got a contract coming up. Are you willing to go another round with him?
Yeah.
Questions are going to be answered.
And that's big money. You see that O-line, they're getting paid big scratch in today's football, man. So do you want to allocate that kind of money to somebody that may not be around?
That's why I know you old. You said scratch.
Hey, bro, I had to.
What you about to do? You about to go full blaxploitation film and call somebody a jive turkey?
Next, no. Mac Jones had one good preseason game. Let's relax. Mac Jones is Mac Jones. Salute to you, young Max. I appreciate you a $2 special. Salute to Lord Buddy Bear. A big reason I like your guys' show is because you're gonna bring the thunder if someone's moving that goalpost. I respect that. Top tier content. Salute to you, Lord Buddy. But yeah, ways to stay moving the goalpost, man. That's just
man, Graphk, yo, you are allied moving when it comes to the goalpost.
Work, man.
Allied moving.
He loves to write these narratives, man, and then he just loves to just. It's crazy work out here in these streets.
Hey, man. Hey, peck of wood. You want to start talking like a
hey, peck of wood. Yo, real quick, man. Salute to Tashawn Reed. This was released by the Raiders. This is the new depth chart, you guys. No real changes, to be honest. Colton's still at left tackle. Cody Whitehair is there because JPJ is still not ready to go. He's off the PUP list, but he's not ready to go by any means. Andre James, Dylan Parham at right guard, Fair Mumford at right tackle. O-line still looks the same. Davante, clear-cut wide receiver 1. Brock and Michael Mayer, tight end, 12 personnel. You already know what time it is. Jacoby, wide receiver 2. Gardner Minshew, officially the quarterback 1. Zamir White, number 1. Alexander Madison, number 2. No changes there. Then you look right here at the back end. It gets a little weird, man. Amir Abdullah III with Britton. I don't know. Is it Amir, Dylan, then Britton Sincere? Is that how they did it? Like
it looks a little weird there, my brother.
It's a little weird right there, right? Because salute to our brother Dylan, but they have not been able to get him going in preseason. And this was the part of the show I really wanted to talk to you about was the Niners last preseason game. Dylan has to have a big game wasted. We got to see our guy Dylan Lowby go out there and get first team reps. And what I mean by that is no starters are going to be out there, but he needs to see the field a lot because Britton Brown and Sincere McCormick have come in late in the game, fourth quarter. There were a bunch of 3s and 4s, but Dylan was out there with a little bit more talent on the football field.
Yeah,
we need Dylan to have a big game. He has to have a big game.
Yeah, for the idea of what Dylan Lowby could be, we need for it to materialize in front of our eyes.
Yes, the
idea of what he is great.
Yes,
we need to see it.
Yeah, no, definitely. So right there, we have Amir as the third down back. Dylan, I'm assuming Dylan is right there, 4th, Britton Brown 5th, Sincere 6th. So it's going to be interesting to watch those 3 guys, Dylan, Britton, and Sincere, battle it out probably for one spot. Max, we already know they got Tyree behind Max, so he's not a starter. It sucks to see a first-round pick, top 10 pick, not be in the starting lineup, but it is what it is. Max, John Jenkins, Christian Wilkins, Malcolm Kuntz, Divine Diablo, Robert Spillane. 2 linebackers wasted. 2 linebackers.
The F out of here, bro.
Nate Hobbs, Jacorian Bennett, Jack Jones, and I know what you meant, but you were moving the goalpost. Trayvon Merrick, Marcus Epps, Isaiah Palomar was right there as the 3rd safety. It's interesting, man, because they got a lot of like the back end. Trey's dealing with some things, so I don't know who's going to make that back end of that safety, the roster with the safety position. Chris Smith, he played fairly well. Could it be Jaden Grant? Hearing really good things about him. He's actually looked pretty good out there. And then you look at this linebacking core. They still have Tommy, Luke right there back to back. They have Amari Gaynor back like way at the tail end of the depth.
You got that wrong as hell, bro. Wait.
Is Divine Diablo
not one outside linebacker, bro? Divine Diablo and Luke Masterson.
What do you mean? No. What do you mean?
Outside linebacker.
Yes, bro, but that
middle linebacker. You got 2 outside linebackers.
You have 2 linebackers. What are you talking about? You have 2 linebackers in the starting lineup, right? The Divine and Robert Spillane. You have 5 DBs. What do you mean?
Get the F out of here, bro.
Bro, you have 5 DBs. Nate Hobbs, Jacorian Bennett, Jack Jones.
Moving the goalpost.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, man.
Effing nonsense here.
But you look down at the bottom, AJ Cole, Daniel Carlson. That's clear cut, right? Jacob Bubbamoyer, the long snapper. Amir Abdullah, still the number 1 at the kick returner. Punt returner, Trey Tucker. The backup kick returner at this point is DJ Turner. Dylan Lowby is the 3rd guy on the roster. And then they have Amir Abdullah as the backup punt returner behind Trey Tucker. So anything interesting right here? Not really too many changes.
No. Okay. We good to go, man. I think we rocking and rolling here.
All right, real quick. Let me see. Hey, man, I love Sincere McCormick, Ari. You know what I mean? But I'm going to be totally real with you. And I said this a few shows ago. It's going to be very, very difficult for my guy to make this roster. Very difficult.
Damn near impossible.
Yeah, because, look at the Niner game. He had 2 touchdowns last year in the preseason and didn't make this team. I don't know what he can do in this upcoming game to make this roster. I truly don't. At best, practice squad. At worst, he's trying to find a job elsewhere. So I'm praying for my guys, Sincere McCormick and Britton Brown. I want to see both those guys succeed. But I'm assuming that it's going to be Zeus, Madison, Amir Abdullah, and Dylan Lowby, the 4 running backs on this roster going into week 1.
What the F is going on here? I still got that bum on the screen.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, do we have Graphk coming in? I'm like, what's going on?
No, man, what the hell is going on here? I can't.
There you go.
Something's wrong with my computer, man.
So, real quick, going into this game, I know it's only
delete that picture. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. You good. Let's do 3 players apiece real quick, and we're going to talk about this game a lot going into the week. But early, we're going to start it off with a bang. 3 players that need to have big games this upcoming weekend to make this roster potentially. Dylan Lowby, that's my first guy. Even though I still think he's going to make this roster regardless because of what he adds in special teams, and Sincere and Britton hasn't done enough. And he killed it at training camp. So I believe he's going to make this roster anyway, but I still want to see him have a big game.
Cheddar Bob, man, you're going to make it.
Yeah.
Damn, man,
Chris Smith.
Well, yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, man. But I want to go a little more in depth than that, right? Like, because the safety room is a top heavy room, right? Man, I'm gonna be real with you, man. It's Chris Smith, Dylan Lowby, man, and at this point, these running backs, man. You know what I mean? Like,
what about MJ Devonshire?
I think you said Devonshire.
Because Richardson, he's gonna make the.
I mean, Devonshire. I think Devonshire's a practice squad guy, dog. I don't really think he has a snowball's chance in hell to make. He's probably gonna make it, right? Because every time we say these definitive, bombastic things, these guys make it, right? The one guy I haven't seen was Brennan Faison, man.
He hasn't been out there. He hasn't been out there.
So is he given a spot? Because there's a few things I've been confused about. There's certain guys that I thought we were going to see that we haven't.
Bro,
so it's kind of hard for me to say, bro. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to recuse myself from this. I normally just shoot an answer out there. I'm going to recuse myself from this because I don't know what his status is.
I think Faison is going to get cut at some point, and I think Adoree Jackson is going to be the guy to come in and take that last spot. Because they love Faison because of the measurables, 6'3", but I think that they think that DCAM can be a guy that can take his place.
Oh, 1,000%. That guy is physical. He's 6'2", he's fast. So all he needs is reps. Like, reps are the most important thing, man. Like, you could talk all of this stuff about this and that and the third. When you get reps, that's what makes you better, man. You don't get better by sitting on the sideline for the most part. These guys got to play. I
like that. Woo Governor, Arnie. That was a good one. He looked pretty good. In a few times out there against the Dallas Cowboys. He was all over the place.
Yeah, great, man. I just, but Faison, bro, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I really wanted to see him because, he's a good guy. I wanted Jacorian to get the second corner spot, but Faison is a good third corner, though.
Yeah, no, definitely
third or fourth guy. But
if he's not available, he's never available. Wasted. He's never.
I know, and that sucks because like that makes that room better. Like, that's that veteran depth that I talk about all the time.
I like Huey said Byron Young and Nesta J too. Those are definitely 2 names to keep an eye on. And I hope that Amari Gaynor has a big game this week because I want him to make this roster.
I want Mike Burney to make this roster too, man.
Gaynor can add some additional pass rushing, ability. Like I think Amari Gaynor can be one of the ones, bro.
I'm mad that you kind of caught me off guard, man. I'm mad I didn't say my guy NJS or Byron Young. Those are 2 guys I was pulling for. I just kind of
where the hell is McCall at? Where's McCall?
Yeah, bro. You know what he is, man? He's a planet. He's a planet, bro. No, for real. Like, he's one of them guys that if you feel like you need a backup for Big John Jenkins, he'd be the guy. Because he just there are not a lot of guys in the league that are that size, bro.
Yeah.
That they're saying that what do they say? Like 350 or something. That guy's like 400 pounds, bro.
Nah, facts. Salute to everybody here in the building. Graham, DJ Turner has already made that stamp. There's no way he doesn't make this roster. He is our best special teams player, and he's going to add value as a receiver to tail end of that room. So I'm telling you now, DJ Turner, it will be a Raider this year. He's going to be on the 53-man roster. There's no way DJ Turner doesn't make this team.
Oh, Wagner, that's a name we haven't heard much.
He's been out there. I mean,
he's been out there. I haven't heard anything from him. I haven't seen him really get beat.
He's not going to make this team. Wasted. He's not.
Yeah. I haven't seen
practice squad. He's not going to make this.
So how many guys are you carrying at tackle? Because this is the thing, man. I know free agent and contracts and that stuff matters, man. But Andrews Pete has been horrendous, man.
Well, it's because they got him at tackle. You move him back to guard, he'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Been horrendous.
Yeah.
Horrendous. tremendous graphic Raider.
You know what?
Get the F out of here.
We should talk about that. We should hit up our brother Sanjit, and we should talk about that room tomorrow. We should bring the 12 personnel back and talk to him about that offensive line. I think we should do that.
I don't want to talk about the offensive line.
You just asked me how many players are going to make that room, and then it's like, I don't want to talk about the offensive line.
No, I don't want to talk. I don't know if I want to talk to you. Graphic.
Yo, salute, man, to the almost 1,600 people still rocking in the building. I got to get out of here. I got some things I need to do here in about 5 minutes. Waste, you want to say anything on the way out, bro?
Nah, this Hollywood motherfucker, man. Just great show. He just,
hey,
man. Like, nah, man. Yo, great show. I have nothing else to say.
Look, we beat
shout out to Thor too, man. Shout out to my dog.
Thor in the building. Low key disappointed in my guy Ramel Keaton. You look good at training camp. You know what I'm saying? Hasn't really looked too good in these first 2 preseason games, but maybe you have a big game this upcoming weekend. We shall see. Salute to my guy Q as well. I got family engagement
obligations. That's what it is, man. Appreciate you.
Every Monday night we do our Raw. We get our pizza. Monday Night Raw. We all climb into bed and we hang out. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Listen, man, that's a staple that you keep because I'm going to be honest with you. As your children grow,
they're gonna remember that.
They're going to remember that, and they also have other shit to do, and then they don't want to hang out with you anymore.
There you have it. So I got to take as much time, take advantage of this time as much as I can. Salute the Niles on the way out, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to our sis. Appreciate you as always. Salute to you. And you guys, great show because of you guys. Wipe them feet, man. Make sure you pay them bar tabs on the way out. Also, hit that subscribe button. Get wasted up to 15K. Run me up. Give me the 30K. We're trying to hit some new milestones this season, man. We need y'all help on that. You guys are the greatest YouTube chat ever. So make sure you support.
We're bringing the storm. We're bringing the storm, baby.
Yo, we will be back tomorrow, you guys. I'll have a coffee and convo tomorrow. I know Wasted will probably do a solo show, and then we'll see about some other stuff as well. So stay.
Wait, we got to do. Yeah, we got to talk about. Hey, very interesting.
What's up? Line. I got to hit Sanjit.
We tech, bro.
Yeah, I got to hit Sanjit today. Yeah, I mean, and salute the top. Move that goalpost, baby. Factory. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We are out. 1. That's what I'm talking about.